Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day. We appreciate you guys coming on. We thank you so much for your faithfulness, and as you get your notifications, Brahim from Portland, Oregon is number one this morning. No surprise. Mike, number two. You guys are always at the... And Brahim's in Detroit, Michigan. Tina, Nova Scotia. Andrea, Niagara Falls, good morning. Eric. Eric saying it's too cold in Canada. Lori Lee from Ventura, California. Fran from Orangeville, good morning to you, Fran. Carrie, Nebraska. And Nick from our staff. And Nellie, how are you? And Jeanette, bonjour. Francis Marie, good morning to you. Janice from Brampton. Wendy from Markham, good morning. Maria, and from Otto, Louise, how are you? Nancy, Gore's Landing. And Denny, how are you? And Francis from Vaughan. Sandy, Chilliwack, British Columbia. And Brahim saying it's cold in Detroit. Catherine, Parksville, BC. Linda, St. Jude, Quebec. Yvonne, PEI, how are you? And Teresa, Calgary, Alberta. Guys, coast to coast, Canada, the United States. Margot, Rose. Let's see if anybody's on with us this morning. There's Milika from Stouffville. Sharon, how are you? And Jean from Peterborough. And Karen, how are you? And Rai from Pakistan. See, I knew there was gold people all around. Muriel, Hurst, Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Vera from Newfoundland. And Madeleine, Kipawa, Quebec. And Barney, Labrador. Wow. Carol, Newfoundland. Well represented. Wanda's from Virginia. And Cecilia is from cold Manitoulin. Yeah, it's been cool. Elaine, how are you? And I couldn't see that one. Lise, Dowling, Margie, Kansas. Heather Mirametti. John from Elgin, Illinois. And Patricia, how are you? And Donna from Bell Valley. Kathy, Port Perry. Kristen, Saskatchewan. John from sunny Lefroy. Kim, Manitoba. Monica, Manitoba. Dave, how are you from Gilmore? Barbara. And another Donna. And Dave, sunny Muskoka. Beautiful area. Dave. Hey, the Daves are coming in. Doreen, good morning. Elaine, how are you? And Luella, West Tennessee, how is you? Linda, New Brunswick. And John, good morning. Okay, let's get going. Sue from Bolton, we appreciate you. Rose, thanks for coming on. Marianne, guys, we love you so much. Carol from West Virginia. Tina. Okay, now what I want to do is we're going to do part 2, I'm confused. Okay? And guys, there's nothing new under the sun, at least when it comes to confusion, because I talk about these things all the time. But I just thought, you know what, we got to hit these off because I'm just talking about people, you guys, our audience, sending us comments or questions, and I love that. I want you to do it. And here's the questions in the last week that I've gotten, and it starts off with, Dr. Martin, I'm confused. Okay, and we get that. We sure understand why. We sort of on this program, we sort of swim upstream, don't we? Okay? We're like those salmon. They go upstream. And we go against the grain. We go against the narrative. And I don't do it for the sake of being, contrary. I just got to tell you the other side, because you're rarely going to hear it. And your health is at stake. My health is at stake. And so, hey, I don't mind treading and getting into some controversial issues when it comes to your health. I want to give you the other side, guys. And I think it's common sense. Really, I really do. And, it's up for you guys to decide. You decide. Okay? I've decided. But now it's up to you guys. And many of you have decided and understand. Okay? So, let's look at a few here. Well, one of them came out. We actually talked about this last week, but someone said, Dr. Martin, I'm confused about gout. So that came in. It's a good question. And let me give you a little bit of background again on gout. Okay? Gout is an arthritic condition, and gouty arthritis, it's called. No fun under the sun for those who get it. And I'm a why guy. Okay? So, gout has been around for thousands of years, been recorded in medical history and well-recorded gouty arthritis. Okay? So it's been around. It's not like it's something new. But here's what's new about gout. Gout has gone up about 300% since the 1980s. Way up. The numbers of gouty patients is way up. Now, the way to diagnose gout is by taking a uric acid blood test, okay, or urea. They do a blood test. If uric acid is high and you have painful joints, it usually comes out of nowhere, you get a gouty attack, well, they diagnose gout, okay? Now, the confusing thing for this person asking, Dr. Martin, I'm confused, because they told him that he got gouty attacks because he was eating too much red meat, okay? Now, guys, I always talk about the wars that are going on. There's a major war on vitamin D. There's a major war on red meat. There's a major war on the sun. Okay? And if you understand that, and listen, if you were to Google or, get 99% of any physician, they tell you, yeah, you got to cut back on red meat. Okay, if you got gout. Now, I'm not saying that they're 100% wrong. They're 99.9% wrong. And I always use the illustration that gout used to be called the king's disease. Only the king would get gout, and the peasants didn't. Okay? And they said, well, yeah, because the king was eating too much rich foods, and especially red meat. And he was drinking too much wine. And see, one of the things that they miss on gout is fructose. Okay? Now, you can eat some fruit, okay? but don't drink it. Don't drink it. And one of the worst things that you can do for uric acid is to take in fructose liquid. Now, what did the world do when it thought it was smarter than God? What did it do? It created a new sugar. It created a new sweetener. And it's called high fructose corn syrup. Syrup. Liquefied fructose. A syrup. And the problem with that is that it goes directly in a beeline to the liver. And one of the byproducts of breaking fructose down is uric acid. Now, we all make uric acid. Uric acid per se is not bad for you. It isn't. It's only when your body don't get rid of it through the kidneys. And that can be a big problem. So what I'm saying is this. They want to blame red meat. You can cut out red meat all you want and you will not lower uric acid. But when you cut down on high fructose corn syrup, which is the sugar it added to almost, and they couch it with 99 different names for it. If you get rid of sugar and you lower your insulin resistance, that will have the most dramatic effect on fixing gout. I had thousands of cases of it in the office over the years, and people, I would put them on. I didn't tell them to cut out red meat. I really didn't. I didn't want them to do any drinking of fructose. No more smoothies with like juice smoothies, okay? Now, you can have Dr. Martin's Perfect smoothie because it's perfect. Made up of heavy cream. And you can actually put a few berries in it. And it's a perfect smoothie. And it don't give you gout. It's the opposite of that. You want to lower your insulin. You want to lower the high fructose corn. That's why it's up 300%. Because in 1980, when they developed this, the antichrist of sugars, high fructose corn syrup, that's when gout took off. Like I said, it's always been around. Always been around. Now, one of the things that, let's do another thing that's confusing. We can hit it right on this topic of gout. You know what? One of the best things you can do for gout is drink coffee. Yep. Proven. Lowers uric acid. Isn't it wonderful when you get good news that you can have coffee? Oh, Dr. Martin, I'm so confused. I heard coffee's no good for you. I heard coffee is a diuretic. I heard coffee, just going to destroy your kidneys. And I heard this and I heard that. And guys, I've been pushing back on the negativity surrounding coffee. And I talk to you like it's, hey, coffee is like metformin. What is metformin? It's a medication to lower your blood sugar. Metformin, a diabetic drug or a pre-diabetic drug that they give. Do you know that if you have coffee with your meal, You're going to lower the blood glucose. Coffee's got 1,000 phytonutrients in it. It's a polyphenol. It's good for everything. It's what, you know what I always tell people? Don't worry about fiber. Drink water and drink coffee, and you'll be surprised how good you do. I always would tell my patients, I put on the reset, listen, you get to drink 2 things on the reset. What? 2 things. Maybe 3, but 2 for sure. What? I want you to drink water. And only water is water. You're going to drink 2 liters of it. And for my American friends, that's 64 ounces. Every day, 7 days a week, you're going to drink water. Dr. Martin, I don't like water. I didn't say you had to like it. I said you need it. If you want to do a detox, we're emptying your liver. That's the best detox in the universe. Empty the liver. How do you empty the liver, Doc? Well, you lower your carbohydrates and sugar, especially high fructose corn syrup. We're going to empty your liver because your liver is the numero uno detox organ that you own. That's why livers have an enormous capability of regenerating. Why? Because you need your liver. It produces glutathione, Velcro, that attaches, that sticks to all the toxins in your body. You want to produce more glutathione? Then you need to empty your liver. Then drink water. Why? Because the other organ, big time, that detoxes you is your kidneys. Niagara Falls. Go to Niagara Falls any time of the day or night. And, I thought if I go at night, they turn the falls off. No. 24 hours a day, that water flows over the kidneys, flows over Niagara Falls, day and night. That's what water does. Water flushes out the kidneys. And for uric acid, that is essential. It's essential. There's nothing that will help your kidneys. Well, 2 things. 1, cut out sugar. Why? Because sugar destroys blood vessels. And your kidneys need blood supply. So you cut out the sugar. Amazing what happens to your even blood pressure. Because Dr. Martin, I'm confused. My doctor told me to cut out salt. Well, here's me. Your doctor's wrong. Okay? The only time that salt will elevate your blood pressure, the only time, is if you're dehydrated. Okay? You're dehydrated. You're not drinking enough water, and salt can elevate your blood pressure. But if you're drinking water, you don't worry about that, because what really elevates your blood pressure is sugar. Don't blame salt for what sugar does. Sugar. You wouldn't believe. I was just thinking of a case that I had. I remember this because this person really suffered with a lot of, big time issues with blood pressure. And when that person came to see me, I think he was 40 years old, around there or whatever. And I said, well, I want you to cut out sugar and then monitor your blood pressure. Cut out sugar? I've been cutting out salt, he said, Doc. I said, I know. You're confused. Your doctor's confused. Okay? I said, now I'm going to get you to drink water. He said, I don't like water. I said, I don't care. You're going to drink it. You're going to do what I tell you. Trust me. You guys, you have no idea how many times I said that in a day in my clinic days. Trust me. Okay? You came to see me, right? Yeah. Some of you have come from a long way. Yes or no? Yes. Right? And you're going to have to trust me now. You're going to start drinking water. Okay? And you'll get used to it. Don't wait till you're thirsty. Here's what you're going to do. And you're going to cut out sugar. And every week, we're going to have a conversation. And I will see you back in my office in about 6 weeks. But just trust me. Do what I tell you to do. Cut out sugar, drink water. Monitor your blood pressure. And don't do it every 5 seconds, okay? I had people come in and they had a binder on their blood pressure. 6, 7 times a day taking their blood pressure. I said, you're giving me high blood pressure. Why are you checking your blood pressure so often? You're going to have a heart attack because you're checking your blood pressure so often. That's giving me high blood pressure. Anyway, they said, you want to read my binder? No. I said, I just took your blood pressure. I don't want to see your 1,000 pages of blood pressure numbers. Who cares? Anyway, go home, drink water, cut out sugar, just 2 things. Trust me. Watch what happens with your blood pressure. And then the weekly call. Dr. Martin, I can't believe I've added salt back to my diet. Oh, do I ever like salt on my food that I've been missing for the last 10 years? Oh, is it ever much better to taste? I said, yeah, it wasn't salt. Salt was never the problem. And now you're drinking water. Think of your body, the river of life, the blood supply, right? 63,000, I don't know who counted. 1.5 times around the equator. It's a river. River needs to flow. And when you're dehydrated, and people go, Doc, I'm not dehydrated. I said, yes, you are. If you're not drinking 64 ounces or 2 liters of water a day, you're dehydrated. Just because you don't have a red light on top of your head going off, you need water. Your blood supply needs water. A lot of people get high blood pressure because the river's not flowing enough. And then, top it off, your kidneys are holding on to their toxins because of a lack of water. Amazing. You mean that's it? Well, I said, look at your blood pressure now. You trust me now? Yeah. I said, well, now you're on your journey and you've taken a major step. You found out that sugar is toxic. It's toxic. You got the memo now. So I know you're gonna, don't be confused because, the world out there says, Coca-Cola and PepsiCo and all those companies go, well, you need sugar, Well, you need sugar, but you don't have to eat sugar to get sugar. Okay? You can eat a steak and your body will turn it into glucose. Let your body turn a steak into some glucose. Okay? Don't eat glucose, because then your body has to send in a mountain load of insulin to get rid of the sugar out of your bloodstream. Your body can't take sugar in the bloodstream. What? One of the major side effects of diabetes is thirst. You see, your body is so intelligent, so fearfully and wonderfully made. Your body is unreal. So when there's too much sugar in your blood stream, your body said, give me more water because I got to dilute that. I got to dilute the sugar. You just had a chocolate bar and your body goes, give me water because I got to dilute that sugar that's in the bloodstream, guys. Your body is so intelligent. We're dumb compared to our bodies. Medicine is dumb compared to our bodies. Dietitians are dumb compared to our bodies. The body knows what to do, and we go against it. It's salt for high blood pressure. Or here's a medication. And no one talks to them about their diet. No one talks to them about, you know what? This is another thing that drives me crazy, guys, okay? Well, I like watermelon, Dr. Martin. Isn't that water? There's a lot of water in watermelon. Yeah, I know. I know. But it's not the same. It's not the same. When you drink water, it has its own route to the bloodstream. And it gets there rapidly. It don't pass go. When you eat water, like in a watermelon, or, a lot of fruits have water or whatever. I'm not saying it's bad. All I'm saying is, it doesn't it'll eventually get into your bloodstream, but it's not doing the same thing. You need to drink water. Okay? You need to drink it, not eat it. You can eat a little bit of it. But it's much different. Your body operates. And it's amazing to me the testimonies over the years of people going, Doc, you got me to drink water. I see people even today that used to be my patients, okay? And they go, I don't recognize them. I only saw them maybe once or twice. And they go, Dr. Martin, you got me to drink water. I did? Yeah, how did you like it? Well, I hated your guts for the first few weeks. But what a difference that makes. I've never stopped drinking water. It's amazing to me. You know how many people used to get kidney stones? And they were dehydrated and no one ever told them. Don't be confused about that. Your body demands water. If you don't give it, it'll suck the water out of your everything, your bones and everything. Your body is like planet Earth. How much of planet Earth is water? Okay? I love flying over Northern Ontario, okay, where I am in Sudbury. We got so many lakes, it's incredible. But that's planet Earth. Water. And that's your body. 70 to 75% of your body is water. And you need to replace it. Don't be confused. You need to replace it. One of the simplest things we can do. And the sweet spot for water, I'm telling you, because of my clinical experience, I don't care what other people tell me. I did this for 50 years, and I told people for 50 years, drink stinking water. And it's 64 ounces or 2 liters. And some need a little bit more, but very few, and I mean very few, need anything less. Get in a habit. It's a great habit to get into. Now, why did I do that for so long? Okay, we were talking about gout. Okay, don't be confused. Don't be confused. Okay, what else? Cholesterol. Do I have to go into it? Every day, not every week, every day. Dr. Martin, I'm confused. My doctor wants to put me on a statin drug. My doctor says I'm going to have a heart attack. Well, you tell your doctor he or she is giving me a heart attack by talking about cholesterol. Here's what you want. Cholesterol. What? Yeah, don't be confused. You want cholesterol. Your body, every cell in your body needs cholesterol. And they made it a boogeyman. To me, and again, guys, think about this for a minute. Heart disease is worse than ever. Not better, worse. Still the number one killer. Heart disease. And if the big pharma had their way, they'd put statins in the drinking water. And they actually tried in the United Kingdom. Put it in the water. It's like looking for love in all the wrong places. And I'll double down and I'll triple down. Cholesterol ain't the bad guy. It ain't. It's a good guy. And in my opinion, it never becomes a bad guy. Don't blame the police because they're at the crime scene. Don't blame the firemen because they're at the fire. Don't blame them. They're only trying to help. And this is a fact, the more you lower your cholesterol, the earlier you're going to die. So, I kind of get a chuckle because, every commercial you ever see about cholesterol is, hallelujah, I got my cholesterol down. Whoopee! On your way to the grave. Like, what? Your fat head is made up of cholesterol up there. Every cell in your body. You need cholesterol for your hormones. You even need cholesterol to absorb vitamin D properly. Because I mean it. It's almost daily and a lot of times more than once or twice daily. Dr. Martin, I'm confused about cholesterol. I said to thousands of people over the years. You can't make me care about your LDL. I can't care. You can't make me. It's not significant. It has nothing to do with heart disease, your LDL. And what we know about LDL, it's really important that it be elevated so that you have a good immune system. And people are always trying to make cholesterol the bad guy. I don't buy it, guys. I don't buy it. I can't. It doesn't make sense. It's cholesterol is needed. Now, you can read blood work, and there's really important things to look when you look at your lipid profile. And I teach this in my book, Sun, Steak, and Steel. I tell you what numbers to look for. You want low triglycerides. Those fat balls that come from sugar, mostly. Okay? Those fat balls are not good for you. Not if they're high. And then I like to look at HDL because it's a big part of metabolic syndrome, and you want your HDL to be high, not low. High density lipoprotein. You don't want that to be low. You want to have healthy cholesterol. You want to get it elevated. And I just don't give a hoot about total cholesterol or your LDL. I just don't. I don't. Not for heart disease. Okay? Not for heart disease. Don't be confused. Okay, let's see. Do I have any more here? Oh, I've been talking. I'm just having so much fun. Okay, I think I pretty well touched on the ones I wanted to talk to pretty well. Okay, I gotta breathe, guys. Okay, we love you, guys. You know that. Send in your questions for Question and Answer Friday. If one way for sure to get them to us, info@martinclinic.com. Email them to us. But you can put them up on our private Facebook group and we'll try and find them. But one way for sure is to get it at info@martinclinic.com. Okay? And I don't think I've told you lately that I love you, right? I haven't. Okay, I do. Very much. Thank you guys for making this program such a success. We ask you to share it. We ask you to like or give us a review if you want on our podcast, the Doctors In podcast. Okay? We love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.